Question 1. Sharks can be big and they can be small. But who, I wonder, is the biggest of them all? A. Great white shark. B. Hammerhead shark. C. Baby shark. Or D. Whale shark. Here comes the answer. D. Whale shark. Wonderful! It's the longest shark that you will ever meet. We measured it and it's 44 feet! Question 2. We never find bones because sharks don't have those. What are sharks made of? It's also your nose. A. Cartilage. B. Air. C. Shells. D. Skin. Did you get it? A. Cartilage. Cartilage helps sharks to turn and to bend and move through the water much faster, my friend. Question 3. Sharks don't have limbs like you or me. Their fins glide through the water seamlessly. Yet I cannot recall the fin on the back. Can you help me find it? Give it a crack. A. Top fin. B. Lateral fin. C. Dorsal fin. D. Flipper. Ready for the answer? C. Dorsal fin. Dorsal fins on the top stand up and are ready to keep sharks upright, swimming even and steady. Question 4. This shark doesn't use its eyes to see. I wonder if you could tell me, who could it be? A. Goblin shark. B. Nurse shark. C. Wobbegong shark. D. Sneaky shark. Did you figure it out? A. Goblin shark. The goblin shark lives way down in the dark. There isn't any light, not even a spark. So how will this shark catch his prey? His sensitive nose will show him the way. Question 5. Let's play a numbers game. You'll need to count high. How long have sharks been here? It's much longer than you or I. A. 500 years. B. 3 million years. C. 400 million years. Or D. Before time. Ready for the reveal? C. 400 million years. Sharks have been around long before the dinosaur, about 400 million years, maybe more.
A pond is a small area of still fresh water. Ponds may look small, but they do a big job in supporting all kinds of wildlife. Many creatures love to hang out at the pond, me included. Water birds like ducks, geese, and herons build their nests near the water's edge. Other animals you might see are insects, fish, and amphibians. Amphibians live on both the land and in the water. One of my all-time favorite amphibians are frogs. Did you know some frogs can jump more than 20 times their body length? That's like a human jumping higher than a 10-story building. Wow! I bet you didn't know that almost 2/3 of all freshwater wildlife live in ponds. Ponds are really important because they support biodiversity. That's a fancy word meaning a variety of living things that are interconnected. Here to tell us more is a science teacher, Christina.
One of the beautiful things about the environment is the way that everything is connected. The pond is a great example of an ecosystem. An ecosystem is the community of everything around an area, the plants, the animals, and the non-living things like the rocks and the minerals. And in an ecosystem, the things are all depending on each other. Even if something doesn't seem important, like you may think, bugs aren't very important. But if there were no bugs, the birds wouldn't have anything to eat, and there wouldn't be any birds. So each thing is important in its own way. All right, I'm looking for bugs to catch. I see some swimming around in here. Look at this cute little snail. Snails love water. They need it for their little trail of slime that comes out the back. I think this guy is very cute. You may wonder, how do plants and algae get their food? Because they just seem to sit there, right? They don't go anywhere. Well, they take the heat and light from the sun. The plant's roots take nutrients from the soil, and the leaves take in air. And the sun helps the plant process those minerals and what they get from the air, and that's how the plant gets the food, and that is called photosynthesis. In the food chain, the animals eat the plants, and that energy goes to the animals. And then some animals may eat other animals, like birds eat insects, and that energy then goes into the birds. The energy flows through the food chain, all coming from our lovely sun.
Wolves are carnivores. That means they eat mainly meat. But did you know that they're also very social creatures? They live and hunt together as a family called a wolf pack. Even though you should never approach a wolf in the wild, they need our protection. Lauren from the Lockwood Animal Rescue Center is here to tell us more.
Lockwood Animal Rescue Center rescues a lot of wildlife, so things like wolves and coyotes and raccoons and foxes, macaws and Amazon parrots, horses, pigs, and we also have a skunk. But he's a nighttime guy. He likes to sleep during the day. We take in these animals that otherwise would have nowhere else to go. This is nothing like the wild, but it also protects them from the dangers of being in the wild. There's a trade-off, but I think they're happy. Oh my gosh. That's what you get when you give love. Every ounce that you give, you get back, especially from these guys who know that they've been rescued. He's such a good boy. Why do coyotes get such a bad rap? This beautiful animal, a pure wolf, came to us from one of those Hollywood movie animal programs, and he didn't want to act. He was like, this is not my choice of professions. And we're very grateful that he came here. What a gentle boy you are. Here, baby. Wolves are what's considered apex predators. They're the top of the food chain. Depending on what area they are, they might eat moose or elk, and they'll eat things like deer, and they make the herds run. And that keeps the herds healthy, and it also keeps the environment healthy because they move these animals away from the grazing grounds. Otherwise, the deer and the other animals would just eat everything up, and it is not good for the environment. Here he comes, here he comes. So when a wolf walks, they keep their head, their back, and their tail all in a one straight line. And they lope. They don't usually walk, they usually kind of trot. And that allows them to go long distances. They can go 20, 30 miles just on that trot. And it helps them to conserve energy.
Question 1. Dinosaur teeth, eggs, and bone got stuck in the muck and became what kind of stone? A. Igneous rock. B. Fossils. C. Rock candy. Or D. Meteors. B. Fossils. Great job. Dinosaur hunters dig in the ground. All over Earth, these fossils are found. These hunters use tools to chip all day. The fossils come loose, then they pack them away. Question 2. Now let's play the name-guessing game. Can you guess this dinosaur's name? A. Ankylosaurus. B. Velociraptor. C. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Or D. Hippopotamus. Did you figure it out? A. The Ankylosaurus. With a club for a tail and a back full of spikes, this dino was strong, like an army tank. Yikes! Question 3. Which one was fierce, with long teeth sharp as knives? When most dinos saw him, they ran for their lives. A. Triceratops. B. Apatosaurus. C. Lionosaurus. Or D. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Did you get it? D. The Tyrannosaurus Rex! The T-Rex was a hunter. He hunted for meat. Other dinosaurs were his ideal treat. Question 4. Which dinosaur's head had 3 horns upon it, sticking up out of a hard sort of bonnet? A. Triceratops. B. Maiasaura. C. Archaeopteryx. Or D. The little Bo Peeposaurus. Think you know the answer? A. The Triceratops. Though he was smaller and not half as fierce, his head was too hard for the T-Rex to pierce. Question 5. Which dino was taller than 51 feet? Nearly a truckload of hay is how much he would eat. A. Velociraptor. B. Iguanodon. C. Brachiosaurus. Or D. Giraffodon. Here comes the answer. C. The Brachiosaurus. Wonderful! That's how he grew so big, you see. The cat in the hat just comes up to his knee.
Chickens like to cluck. But did you know that the chicken language has over 24 different types of sounds? That doesn't even include body language. These animals give people food, clothing, and other goods. But raising animals on a farm can also hurt the environment if they aren't taken care of properly. This is Farmer Rob, who's working to run his farm in a way that can actually help the land.
It all starts with the soil. We call ourselves grass farmers. You can't grow grass without healthy soil, and your animals can't grow unless you have healthy grass. So when we originally landed on this property, it had been farmed for years as a potato farm, and there was almost no organic material or nutrition in the soil at all. It was basically space dust. So the first thing that we did is we brought animals out here, we started putting that organic material back into the soil. Now you start to see all these other animals in this ecosystem form around the ones we're running. So here on the farm, we have cows, we have sheep, we have pigs, we have geese, we have ducks, and also we have the native wildlife, so the hawks, the owls. We also have ground squirrels, we have different rodents, and all of these things coexisting on the property. Oh, and our livestock guardian dogs. Come here, Doug. Come here, buddy. Come here. The dogs are essential to the farm because we have lots of animals that want to eat our chickens, eat our pigs, and so the dogs are there. They live with the animals 24/7. They're there to keep them safe and protect them. In the Pyrenees Mountains in France for thousands of years, you would have these dogs. That's why they kind of look like sheep, because they would lay within the sheep herds, and if a wolf or a predator came, they would be in there and they would be able to defend them. And so definitely a crucial part of the farm. So when an animal is raised on a farm where only one animal is raised, like a cow, a lot of times there can be negative impacts on that animal, and the farm can have negative impacts on the environment. And so what we try to do here is integrate all the animals together, and they can really improve the environment around it. We can head over here and check out the cows. If we get too much closer, they'll just run off. Cows are really fun to raise for a number of reasons. One of them is just the way that they integrate in nature. Even when they eat and the way they wrap their tongue around grass and pull, that tugs on the roots and it stimulates growth. And cows are super intelligent. That's exactly what you want. Poop is great. It's the fertilizer for the soil. And the soil then has the bacteria in it, which breaks down the poop, and that creates a healthier spot for the grasses to grow. The grasses keep nutrients in the soil, and they keep the water from running off, and it makes a much healthier environment for the animals. A lot of what we do is mimic nature. So if you look at the Great Plains hundreds of years ago, you had herds of millions and millions of buffalo. They would come through and eat the grasses down. And so we run our larger ruminants first. So the cows come through and they eat the grasses down. And then as the antelope would follow the bison and the buffalo, now we have our sheep and our goats follow behind that. And then the chickens follow behind that, and the pigs, and they're kind of the cleanup crew. We let the ground rest and we let the soil heal. And then by the time we run over that pasture again the next time, we have a much healthier grass and environment. Chickens are really fun to work with for a number of reasons. They lay really cool eggs. You can have blue eggs, you can have brown eggs, you can have white eggs, even green eggs. The hens are actually very proud, so when they're in there laying an eggs, they squawk and they let everybody know that they're doing it. The inside has holes all over the floor, so we can control how much manure is in each spot. Basically, we just move the coop about a full length every day. We encourage our chickens to be outside eating bugs and worms. I would say about 40% of their diet comes from doing exactly what they're doing, out picking, scratching, foraging. They almost look like a T-Rex the way they kind of walk. You'll see them in the mud, they're digging with their talons, looking for worms, really letting them express the chickenness of the chicken. But one thing you always see is vegetarian fed chicken when you're in the supermarket. Chickens are not meant to be vegetarians. So we feed the chickens in the coop, and the pigs are always under it, so a lot of the feed falls on top of the pigs. Pigs are awesome because a pig is what you would picture on a very lazy afternoon at the spa. They're getting their mud facials and rolling around and just being dirty, but it looks like they probably have the most fun on the farm out of anybody.
This has been great. Our story's all done. Click the next video, and we'll have some more fun.